I am beyond hyped right now. I have not played this game for probably around 20 years. I'm 29 now. Can't remember the last time I played it. 7, 8, 9, something like that. And I used to love this game. I used to play it with my cousin, play it by myself. It's just the best PS2 game I can ever remember, and I wanted to play it for years. But the emulation thing, it's really improved in the past few years. Emulation has become much better, so I recommend everybody go try it. There used to be a lot of bugs from what I understood. You needed like a legal copy of the PlayStation. You needed to rip everything, and not anymore for the PS2, PS1, PS3. PlayStation 4 you might, I'm not sure.
Champions of Norrath, thank you for answering my call in what may be our darkest hour. The unthinkable has happened. Orcs and goblins, once mortal enemies, have now become allies and attacked our beloved home in Faedwer. Even as we speak, they move through Feydark Forest unopposed. They have pillaged our home, Kelethin, and put our loved ones to the sword. Their tracks leave scars upon the land that may never be healed. Yet, my friends, I fear that this is only the beginning. If Feydark falls, then so falls Faedwer, and then these beasts will have all of Norrath by the throat. This is not a battle we are fighting. It is a war, and it is one we must win. Many brave fighters have fallen, and many more are dying in the forests below. To win this war, I need more than soldiers with a will to fight. I need heroes, men and women of strength and bravery, who can turn aside this tide of hate that threatens our kingdom and all of Norrath. Who amongst you will take up the sword, the staff, the hammer, and drive this scourge from our land? If there be any who would lay down their life for the glory of Faedwer, for the defense of Norrath, then speak now.
If they remastered these games, I would buy them in a heartbeat. And before I set up the emulator today, I was like looking at GOG, and like there's a petition right now to get it on GOG. Like if it was on GOG for 20 bucks each, like I would totally get it. So I really wanted to play something I've never played before. As a kid, everybody goes Barbarian and like Dark Elf because they're the simplest and the coolest. And eventually I'd like to play every class, but the classes I never really played would be Ranger and Erudite. Erudites always creeped me out with their big heads. But I think everybody's favorite class as a kid was Dark Elf, for sure. Pretty loud. I would like to play all of them. I would like to go Cleric, because as I've gotten older, I really like Clerics, the holy damage with the blunt weapons. But I've just never done Erudite. I've never played Erudite for more than like 5 minutes. As I can remember, so I'm thinking Erudite. She's got 2 big reasons I want to play as her, but playing as a man would just make more sense. I don't know. I really want to go High Elf, though. Oh, man. Too many choices. I think I'll go High Elf. Probably a little bit more simple playstyle, less kiting. I don't know if I want to go male or female.
Excellent idea.
Just pick the female for the eye candy for YouTube. Ability to hit. That would be nice to hit stuff.
Ah, a welcome sight indeed. My heart rejoices. If nothing else, I am wealthy in friends. But I warn you, the road ahead will not be an easy one. You may think the enemy nothing more than a rabble of ill-disciplined orcs and goblins. Do not be deceived. These beasts are treacherous, and they are led by an orc who is bigger, stronger, and more cunning than any I have ever met. His presence alone whips these orcs and goblins into the army that cuts its way towards us even now. But if someone, a hero, were to carry the battle to this orc chieftain, then perhaps our fortunes could be reversed. I need you to enter the great Feydark Forest, discover who this orc chieftain is, what his plans are, and if possible, defeat him. You will need supplies and weapons for the coming battle. Visit our shopkeeper, Nenmar. I have instructed him to provide you with whatever you need for a fair price.
Holy moly.
I will carry out the will of Leithcorius.
This is just like a blast from the past. I like that you can rebind, like I rebound the block and swing to R2 and L2. I don't remember if that was in the PS2 version, but that's really cool.
Halt! The Feydark lift is off limits by order of Leithcorius, Heartwood Master of the Wood Elves. No one is permitted to use the lift until every single goblin and orc is destroyed. No exceptions.
So...
Oh my! I'm playing at 1440, and this stuff. I mean, it's upscaled 1440, of course, but This crap is so blurry. Be nice if there was like a mod for like higher resolution UI and HUD stuff. That is blurry. Holy crap. Gotta move this farther away from my face. Talk about a blast from the past. Got the spells on R1, I mean R1 and L1. Okay, I gotta turn this down, that's kinda silly how the music and ambience are like on the same, but combat camera swivel. New. Oh my goodness. gnarly looking morning star. Critical hit chance, nice. I always thought this game was super cool. You know, even nowadays, a lot of games, the bodies will disappear real fast. It always reminded me of these games that are old and the bodies stay. Like like the weapons disappear, and like some of the more detailed bodies, like you saw the elite guy, he disappeared. But like these grunts aren't disappearing. And it's actually funny too, because like back in the day when I played this, I had no idea that it was set in EverQuest or whatever. Like I had no idea what EverQuest was. So now that I've actually played EverQuest, I actually know like all these areas and stuff. Kind of some lore behind it too. I just thought it was a game and they made it all up, but no, it was all came from EverQuest. No, that's it. Lesser Feydark.
This land belongs to the righteous.
Aren't you a little overdressed for a stroll through Feydark Forest? And maybe you haven't heard, but we're fighting orcs today.
Your words are wasted on this one, Eodane. It's but another fool who thinks to be a hero. When will Lithcorius stop sending them to us? They don't come prepared, they don't follow orders, and they don't bathe. They're more trouble than they're worth. Mark my words, we'll end up burying this one right next to the others.
With your charm, Hathnor, it's little wonder we don't get more recruits from Feydark's champions. You will have to excuse my friend, but he does have a point. If you're here to do battle with the orcs or goblins, you'll need to better equip yourself.
Equip with what? We haven't got any extra provisions. The goblins took everything they could lay their hands on. You might as well go home.
The Heartwood Master would not be pleased to hear his warrior welcomed with such words, Coel. This knight has traveled a long way to do battle at my father's request, on behalf of our people. Forgive Coel's words. These have been difficult times for us all. I am Elgawain, lieutenant in the Feydark Battalion, and son of Leithcorius. You are welcome here among us, champion. I see my father chose wisely, indeed. You could not have come at a better time. If you wish to arm yourself with better weapons and armor, then it may be that we can aid each other. Beyond the rock grotto are 2 fallen trees which mark the goblins' cave. In this cave, you will find the spoils the goblins plundered when they sacked our home of Kelethin. In exchange for spilling goblin blood, you may also find other things there which could be of great use to you on your mission.
Thank you, thank you. Little bastards. Don't hurt me. Ooh, squashed fire beetle eye. Adds fire damage. Think I'll keep it in case I get a better mace soon. Nope, nope, nope.
My mana is depleted.
That was a fat crit. I used to think it was so cool, like the water physics back in the day. Chunks at it. That's just so cool. Like, that's better water physics than like some PS3 and Xbox 360 games. Even games now, you know, PlayStation 5, you know, current gen stuff. Look at that water. It actually displaces, like, when you step in it, and it's shallow enough. That's crazy. It's got a base enchantment already. Oh well. This music is banging too. Nope. Man, that was a lucky crit. It just makes you wonder why this game never got like on, at least on GOG or, you know, even Steam. Like, it seems like such an amazing game, but they got like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance on there, and like that's a super short game. Like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, I'm pretty sure you're just in the sewers the whole time, and it's like a 5-hour game. From what I understand, this game is like triple that size. Different environments, more items, more classes. Like, it's better in every way, and I never got, you know, a port or a remaster, nothing. It's very odd.
Monsters here should never have been awakened.
Oh, no, get cornered. I almost bought Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2 just for nostalgia out of this game, and I'm glad I didn't. And probably when I was a kid, I never blocked. And it's funny because most people, like, you know, recently I've been watching other people play this game, you know, do playthroughs or long plays or streams or whatever. And they're not blocking either. And it's just kind of funny. So I'm like, oh, well, nobody blocks, I'll try to block. And it's actually pretty good if you can time it. But it's kind of hard to time it with the Seems like sometimes you go to attack and it doesn't go off. You have to time it like just perfectly. See, that was crazy. I blocked him. I only got hit one time. Hit and block, hit and block. Just when you're a kid, that never goes through your brain. When you're a kid, you're just like, ah, swing, 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 swing. I never checked to make sure this was recording. Let me make sure it's recording. Yeah, we're good. Let me see if I got any better items. A little bit. I pressed the right trigger to swing, and she didn't swing, so I don't know if it's just like eating my inputs because it's like the right trigger or what, or if it's just a timing thing. They disappeared right away. I don't know why that is. It's unfortunate. Where did he come from? What? He's cheating. hammer, maybe? Ooh, 12, 23. That's what I'm talking about. What? What attribute limit? Okay. Whoops, I accidentally just chugged a health potion for no reason. Trying to save my right thumb a little bit and I missed.
My mana is depleted.
Bloodstains still stay though, that's kind of interesting. So at least you can tell you've been there. That's what I hate about games where the bodies disappear, because like if there's any backtracking involved, like you can't even tell where you've been, where you're going. What is that? Cracked carapace, I'm guessing, is a shield of some kind. No?
just isn't any more room.
I'm over encumbered. That's too bad. Well, so far so good. I never really used exploding or potions like this when I was a kid either. Throwable ones. Seem kind of expensive. Mana regen. 10% health regen. Mana or health? Mana or health? Mana. Ooh, I vaguely remember this. Kinda scared. All these guys, oh my god. That's what nightmares are made of. Get my elven boys to help. Oh my god, he's stun locking me.
My mana's depleted.
Oh, and a miss. This is insane. Oh, they don't want me to bring my boys in. Can't even hit him. My dexterity's too low. One down.
My mana's depleted.
think I can hit him from there. Jeez. Wow. I feel like back in the day, those guys killed me more than any other enemy. Look at that, look how creepy that is. The knockdown. Take that. You don't have your doggies around to protect you.
Whatever stirs here should never have been awakened. Getting pretty late. It's about time for bed. As I was saying, next checkpoint I'll probably call it. But so far it's a lot of fun, and it looks really good for being a PS2 game. So far it doesn't seem to be hurting my eyes like Resident Evil 4 did, so I am not sure why Resident Evil 4 was hurting my eyes. It seems to be more blurry than this. Even when with the RE4 fixes. Maybe there was a vignette too that was hardly noticeable, I don't know. But I'm glad this game isn't hurting my eyes as much as RE4 did.
got shield bash. Rushing attack requires a shield, delivers high damage and a chance of stunning enemies. Only 20% though. 15 more pounds. Summons a hammer that attacks enemies. Higher ranks give damage duration and chance for a spin move. Ooh, a spin move. Oh, would you look at that? That's cool. Did that really just take mana?
My mana's depleted.
Shield bash takes mana, everybody. I can't wait to try all the classes again. When you're a kid, you just don't appreciate anything.
About me.
Wanted to try to shield bash it. Boom! That was sick. This game is so good. Like I can't stop thinking about like why are so many other worse games like on GOG and Steam? Why is this freaking amazing ARPG like not? Unlock it a little bit. Oh my god, I'm out of healing. Need that mana potion.
My mana's depleted. Now I will proceed to spend all my money on health potions.
Then I remember when I played Champion Return to Arms. One second. Because I think it was my cousin who had Champions of Norrath, so I had to borrow it from him when we weren't playing together when we were kids. And I never knew Return to Arms was a thing. And eventually I think my cousin sold his PS2 or something, or sold his games, I don't remember. And this was back when, like, you couldn't just go get old games from the store. And if they weren't at, like, your local GameStop or whatever those stores used to be called, if it wasn't there, it didn't exist. I was too young to even know about internet, and we didn't have internet. Like, none of my family households had internet. So there was no eBay, there was none of that. That is sweet. When it works, it works. Yeah, my family didn't know about internet. You know, we were way behind on that kind of stuff. So, like, there was just no way to get Champions of Norrath. But, for some reason, I had Return to Arms. So I remember I would play Return to Arms, and everybody knows Return to Arms is significantly less good than Champions of Norrath. It was just made as an expansion. But since I, you know, didn't have any old save files from Champions of Norrath, I always had to start anew on Return to Arms. It just wasn't the same. And it was like scaled to a higher level character pretty much. So it just seemed a lot harder than this one, starting out at level 1. So the last game I played was Return to Arms. That was probably 15-ish years ago. Oh, I missed. I'm trying to think about what to say, but the OG Champions of Norrath I have not played for 20 years. And I've never been able to port the character from Norrath to Return to Arms. So I'm pretty hyped about that. Kind of experience the game as it was intended, you know, as like an expansion. Even have like physics, like on the shields and the swords when they drop them, and then here on the barrels. I know there were other games out with proper physics, but nothing like that on the PlayStation. This game just had so much. The bodies stayed, physics on the barrels, that was crazy amount of gear that just never seen before in any other game. Look at that, this one piece bounced all the way over here.
My mana's depleted.
Almost did something cool there. So look at that, like these shields stay. Like, that's crazy. Like, even modern games, like, they always have the weapons disappear. I know the weapon disappeared, but the shield staying, that's freaking awesome. Well, I think that is it for today. Thank you, anybody who watched till the end. Please like, subscribe, comment,
Wits about me.
all that good stuff, and I will do more. And if I get people who actually like, you know, watching it and stuff, like I'll you know, stream when I get back to the States, of course. But like I would like to do Erudite next. And then maybe do a Wood Elf, since I didn't do a Wood Elf yet. And then start again with the Barbarian, the Dark Elf. And then keep doing Return to Arms and all that good stuff. 'Cause this is one of my favorite games from childhood, straight up. Oh, little bug right there. I don't know if that's a PSX2 bug or what. Or it's my settings. I just set up all my settings in PSX2 like however I felt like it. I know there's people who put like optimal settings out, but usually it's they're 10 years old or 5 years old and they got really shitty PCs. Like, my PC's good, so I just cranked everything up. But I'll check and see if there's any better settings later.